Hello, and welcome to Special Grade Snacks, a Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast. And we're your Special Grade Snacks. I'm Sara.
And I'm Kay.
I realized something this last week, which is that if you pronounce the title of this manga and anime the way that with the American pronunciation, like Jujutsu, it's hard to say fast. It kind of like gets mumble mouth, like Jujutsu. But I found out that it's way easier to say it with the accent on the first syllable, like they do, like when they say, when Japanese people say it, like Jujutsu. Which is not really much of anything, but I just think it's fascinating.
Jujutsu. I like them both.
Yeah. Not to say one is right or anything. Not to say one or the other is right.
Well,
but...
the Japanese one is probably right, but...
Well, yeah. Not to say, yeah.
It's like the way you're supposed to say Pokemon, but no one says it. They just say Pokemon. Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like there's a right and there's like an acceptable, basically.
Right. Like no one's gonna get your ass for saying it like Akira.
Yeah. Akira.
Even though after the last time I watched that movie, I have just kind of like not without thinking about it, just pronouncing it like Akira when I talk about it.
It's the guy's name. It's like a common Japanese name.
Yeah, you gotta say that's his name. That's good for him. We're back. They said it would never happen again. They said we were dead in a ditch.
They said the two boys are gone, so what can you even make a podcast about? Well, now there's two boys and a girl, so watch out.
The thing is that, like, I watched these episodes and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This is not just the young boys' high school season. There's actually a whole arc that does not involve the young boys almost at all.
There's like a whole story. There's like characters, themes.
Yeah, there's some other young boys who's having a high school arc, but like it's not the young boys.
Pointy-haired boy at the end of the arc. He like is bigger now. He's not that big, but he's bigger.
He's been doing taxes for 10 years.
He really, God, he's so good in these episodes. I love you, Fushiguro.
Fushiguro is definitely doing Gojo's taxes, right? Like, there's no way that Gojo is not regularly committing fraud without Megumi's help.
The thing about Mr. Fushiguro Megumi is he, like, comes off as very, like, intelligent and aloof, and he kind of is, and he's emo, but he's also, like, incredibly childish in other ways. Like, he just, like, doesn't notice that he is.
Yeah.
It's really, really cute. Like,
I love him.
The like next time on episode thing where they're like they're doing like semi-canonical talking to each other about whatever. Fushiguro says he like made a Gundam, right? He like built a little Gundam set. And I asked Gundam correspondent Max of the Wow Cool Robot podcast about what robot it was, and he was like, oh, this is like a comic relief little baby robot that toddlers beat in the comedy episode of the first season.
Wait, what's the name of the robot? Because I've seen that first season. I gotta look at this.
AC guy or something, like Act guy. I don't know exactly how you'd say it, but...
No, yeah, it's AC. I'm pretty sure it's AC guy. Yeah. Oh my god. This dude, yes!
That's the one that Megumi built. That was the one that he decided was his favy.
Yeah, and the fucking in the Juju Story in season 1 when he refers to the sunshine as Mr. Sun.
Yeah, Mr. Sun. Oh, he's a baby.
He's just a little guy.
He has like terminal little brother syndrome. He's just small going around. Everyone treats him a little, and he loves it.
Yeah. But you want to get into the episodes?
Yeah, definitely. All right. So this episode is called It's Like That, and the first half of it is just a comedy, which is delightful.
It's literally like this is all the Juju strolls for the season bundled into one.
Yeah, so, unexplained, we're just gonna drop in the three main characters, we know them. Itadori, Kugisaki,
Yes.
Fushiguro. They've, like, presumably just completed a mission. They're, like, walking downtown at a mall area. And Fushigiro's like, you guys still want to do stuff? I'm sleepy. I'm going home. Bye-bye.
Yeah. He needs a nap.
And Itadori is like, I want to go see a movie. He's, like, scrolling the movie listings. Like, come on, Kugisaki, come to the movie with me.
Yeah, come see Human Earthworm 4 with me.
Human Earthworm 4. And Kugisaki's like, I haven't seen 1, 2, or 3.
Right, and classic horror movie fan response. I think you'd be fine jumping in on 4.
You can just jump right in. I mean, the evil doctor from the first one is back, and he's blah, blah, blah. He, gives the whole synopsis of... How does he know the whole synopsis of the movie? He hasn't seen it yet?
I think he's, like, bumping up... I think he, like, pulls up the trailer or something.
But, I mean, if that's the trailer, it's giving away everything.
I also love, like, the touch of the touch of, like, oh, hey, that guy who was in the first movie, he's back for the fourth one. I love that horror movie touch.
Yeah, it's very, like, it's kind of like a Human Centipede, right? It's like Human Centipede combined with, like, I don't know.
The thing is that, like, I was wondering this in my notes where it's like, obviously the title is a riff on Human Centipede.
And there's, like, a mad scientist doing worm experiments.
Yeah, but the extent of the experiment seems very different to me from what I know.
It's actually scientific instead of just, like, medical torture.
Yeah, instead of just like, hey, I'm going to stitch your asshole to someone else's mouth. Have fun.
Yeah, no, the guy actually does physically become a worm man.
Yeah, and I think that sequence where he's like turning into a worm man in the chamber is like, oh,
yeah, it's like
like the Fly.
It's like the Fly. Yeah, he's like the worm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was like a specific horror movie or two that this is riffing on that I don't recognize.
I couldn't believe that, Sarah. You not recognizing a horror movie? Mm-mm.
I don't know. Maybe there's just one that's really big in Japan that I don't know about.
Impossible. So the plot.
I don't know. Maybe this is what Cloverfield's about. I've never seen it.
They create the mad scientist creates a worm man and he escapes and he finds some like people camping at a cabin. Classic. And a woman falls in love with him because she's an animal rights activist. But then the evil men kill the worm, but all his children are there.
Yeah, and like right before they bash the worm's head in, like the girl's like, "No, if we kill him, then we're the monsters," which is such a funny fucking line.
And then there's like 50 baby worm men. They're all like,
"Yeah," they come out and say, "Papa," and Ode to Joy starts playing.
It's so fucking funny.
And then Itadori is like, so the theme is actually love! And then we get like fucking live Nobara reaction.
I'm not seeing Wormo, man. That's what she says. Oh, I'm going shopping. And then she's like, do you want to come shopping with me? And he's like, I just said I'm going to the movie.
Yeah, he's I'm going to see Wormo Man.
I'm seeing Wormo Man. Human Wormo Man 4. So that's all they're doing, and then there's an intercut of.
Well, we see a girl watching our special son.
Oh yeah, there's like a girl, and she's like, "Oh, can I cross the street?" But the red light is on, so she can't. Then there's Grandpa Gakuganji is in a mysterious room, and he says, "Actually, special grade sorcerers I think are cringe and fail. They're not that good if you think about it."
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is just like bar for bar. Like, I think it's new animation, but like I think it might be like the straight up same line readings as the end of last season.
Yeah, but it's definitely reanimated.
Yeah. Just the everyone but Inumaki getting recommended for grade 1 because Inumaki already is grade 1.
Yeah.
By Mei Mei and Toto, and then they go play ping pong.
They're like all suited up. They have their like special ping pong rackets that they unzip.
I love how Mei Mei's hair looks in this scene.
It's like over her face. She's still not beating the maybe she's blind allegations, because why would you have your hair in your face like that to play ping pong? But Toto's like, this is the beginning of the great Itadori and Toto dynasty. We will fight together 1 million years strong. I'm definitely gonna get to guide him along this beautiful journey. And Mei Mei says, well, you recommended him, so you don't get to. That's the rules.
And I fucking love the shot that they do where it's like Toto has his fucking Toto face on, and like Mei Mei says that as the ping pong ball passes his face, and he just like turns into the most depressed man on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, the animation is very funny.
And then it pulls back to reveal that like I like the idea that
early in the conversation Toto had gotten like a killer point on her, so it like makes it seem like he's winning maybe, but it pulls back and he's like 6 behind.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's 11-5, but it's in game 2 and Toto won game 1,
Uh-huh.
which to me says that, like, Mei brought it to even, was like, I'm not giving you the game 3, deuces.
See ya.
She turns the light out on him.
Yeah, he's just like left in a dark room and can't move.
Yeah. And then Nobara gets approached by Tall Girl from the movie Tall Girl.
Yeah, Tall Girl from Tall Girl. She says, do you know Itadori? Because I do, haha. And she says, in middle school, which was 6 months ago, don't forget, these children are incredibly small. I was like this round mochi type child, a very chubby girl, and I looked quite different, but now I'm tall because I was stressed out and tall.
And the thing is that, like, I don't mind this terribly, but the one thing that I don't like is that she looks literally could just be different people.
Yeah, like her
obviously
eye shapes are different.
Yeah, her eyes, her hair, everything is just like nothing looks the same. And it's just like, I genuinely think if they'd made the eyes match, it would have gone a long way for me.
Yeah, the eyes need to be the same.
Yeah. But this is also when we get You Are My Special.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about this OP. This one might be my favorite.
This clears Kaikai-Kitan. Like,
yeah, this is insane. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like, holy shit.
It's like I saw so many people mad about this OP. Like, oh, the visuals are great, but the OP is so mid, and it's just like Shonen Dude Bros when their OP does not have shredding guitars every 3 seconds.
Like the song? I think the song.
I know. The song rules!
I, like, added it to my Spotify playlist right away. Right when it dropped. I was like, holy shit, I need this song. The extended version is, like, not adding a lot, but it's still good.
I love you, baby.
Yeah, that part, I always have to sing along.
Yeah.
I love you, baby. You have to say it like that, too.
Yeah. God, it's just so fucking, like, the part, like, it's a very, like, unremarked upon, but like the shots that we get, like, while the title of the show is on the screen, I think are really cool, where it's like descending beneath like ground level of Shibuya, and like we see all those bodies falling in that hole, and like and then, you know, Mahito skipping down the train and just exploding everybody.
And pretty much most of the other things you could note are spoilers. Like, it is a lot of like, these are events that are about to occur.
Yeah. The hands. Who is the fucking hands pervert on this? Because, like, someone on the staff this season was like, hold on, guys. I mean, you take care of everything else. I got this.
I mean, basically the manga is, like, based on, like, drawing hands very detailed. Like, that's, like, Mahito's whole, domain is, like, doing crazy shit with hands. So if you're gonna animate Jujutsu Kaisen, you need to have a hands guy on staff. That's true.
This is also true of Naruto. and certain episodes of My Hero Academia when Kendo is on screen.
She's got one big hand. Yeah.
Big hand. It's such a funny fucking power.
Yeah, my power is my hand gets big and it fucking kicks your ass. Are you mad?
I love her so much. I genuinely, every once in a while, I think about going back to Hero Aka just for Kendo. She's like the only, like,
don't worry.
Like her and Ochako are like the two characters. Maybe Ida. Is Ida there?
Who?
No!
Ida, he hasn't been in it really, no. He's been in the manga a bit though.
That's very sad. That's my special boy.
Yeah, he's nice. What else do I want to say about Special Z? I don't know where the Z came from.
Yeah.
There's like a, what do you call it? Like a parallel of the first one from this season where there's like Gojo and Geto in the split screen. Where originally
and they're like walking in opposite directions.
Now they're split screen walking apart from each other. Very fucked up of them to do.
There many Satosuga moments in this OP to be found.
It like they fit They show like Megumi like once and there's like 3 Satosuga moments.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'll take it.
They also reference, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to reference this, but out of the spoiler zone, but they do reference Save Me Maharaga-chan.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I went back and watched that first season, and like Megami really does try and bust that thing out like 5 times.
I love that video.
Like, the thing is that, like, Gojo, like, the thing that Gojo says to Megami is, like, actually right, where it's, like, you know, dying to win and, you know, like, fighting while knowing you might die are two completely different things, where it's, like, if you have that...
1 for 1, that's no good. You're not coming out
ahead. Right. Yeah. You should go 1 for 0 as many times as you can. Yeah. And then go 1 for 1 at the end.
Yeah. What else do I want to say about this amazing OP that I think is the best one. There's one funny part where at the beginning it's like it kind of shows them like divided in their team ups that they'll get later. The Mr. Old Zenin, Naobito, is like next to Maki, and she like gives him a stink eye. It's not remarkable.
Oh, I never caught that. I'll have to watch for it next time.
She doesn't like that, man.
No. Does anyone?
No.
I want to find the one... Okay, actually, you know what? I guarantee you there is like 1 to 5 people out there who desperately want to cream in his ass, but like, no one besides those people like him.
Not for me. Give me Naobito. I need the older man Yaoi.
I need the oldest man. Like, I want to see him and Gakuganji have the most geriatric sex of all time. That's the only way I can bust.
It's the only way. All right. Best OP if you think about it. And now, it's girlies time. So this girl's her name is Yuko Ozawa. I believe that is.
Yeah, Ozawa Yuko.
Is Ozawa not her first name?
Actually, I think you're...
Because Kugasaki calls her Yuko, and Itadori calls her Ozawa. So I was assuming that he was, like, more familiar with her.
Yes, you're right. Ozawa... no, Yuko is her first name.
Oh, okay. I guess they're just girlies right away.
Yeah, they're besties.
Yeah, they're besties right away.
They clink their glasses.
Yeah, so yeah.
This is Nobara like finds out that she used to be small and chubby. I love her. Her whole design is really cute.
Yeah. She's quite tall. And
yeah. Her new design also very cute. I just, shouts out to making her very, like, honestly, I feel like I might be giving undue I don't know, but like I'm appreciative of Gege doing this without making her just like hideous.
Yeah.
She's like, listen, I'm never going to be Yeah, she's cute.
And she's like 14,
Yeah. Nobara calls her a regular Kuroko Sato, which is a Yu Yu Hakusho reference.
I looked it up, in fact. I guess it's because she's a tall woman.
Yeah, she got tall.
She got tall, just like a character from my anime.
Well, yeah, in Yu Yu Hakusho, the character Kuroko Sato does, like, she did, like, start out, like, short and chubby, and then, like, had to become a spirit detective, and that was a lot of stress, and she just kind of lost a lot of weight and grew tall.
So Kugasaki knows quite a lot about this anime, huh?
Yeah, that's like a deep cut, too. That is, like, near the end of the manga.
Suspicious. Kugasaki. Alright, so she's like, oh, so you, like, want to date Itadori, I guess? And
it's like that?
Yeah. And Yuko's like, well, if you wanted to date Itadori, I guess it's fine. She's like, no, fuck no, I don't. Absolutely
She says,
not.
no, fuck no, I don't. And then her heart skips a beat,
like,
and...
What was... It's almost as if some pervert online has done something to my heart in this moment.
I love this. I genuinely love that it's like that stuff, with the exception of the heterosexual assassination of Nobara Kugasaki.
Yeah, I don't know what he mean by that. Later she's like, well, I decided it's because I was mad that Itadori might have a date before me, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, she specifically says, before I have a boyfriend, though.
Well,
it's like,
I would have to investigate the translation in that case.
That's fair. Maybe this is the homophobic translator at work again. Yeah. Though that was also translated as such in the manga, I will say.
We'll have to investigate.
Yeah, further investigation forthcoming.
So Kugasaki is like, all right, I know what to do. Let's call in a boy. He'll know everything about Itadori's dating. So she doesn't call Fushiguro. She calls Ajichi and says, hey, turn that car around.
Yeah, can you bring the sleepy boy back to me, please?
And he shows up so grumpy. He's like, why did you summon me?
I love the way that this is all explained to him, because Nobara's just like, she's blah, this blah, is blah. Yuko Ozawa. She's actually blah blah blah, and then Megan was like, it's like that.
And he's immediately on board. So Megan can't be silly.
Yeah. Nobara's like, does he have a girlfriend? And Megumi explains the deductive reasoning as to why he absolutely does not, because he was not upset to leave his to leave a girlfriend or something behind when he moved to Tokyo. And also, he says there's no way, he has a pin up on his wall. There's no way a guy with a girlfriend would have a poster of a hot smoking babe on his wall.
Right?
Which is so funny. Like, baby boy, you are gay.
He's so baby.
Nobara's reaction to this is so good, too. She's like, are you also the type to only drink black coffee around women to impress them?
You shouldn't do that. He's like, I always have it black. You're the one who called me. Stop asking questions. And then their final question is, do you know what type of woman is Itadori's type? And I don't remember how he knew this, but he does like tall women, and they say, fuck yes.
Was he there when...
he was, right? I think he was with Maki, right?
No, not in the Kyoto Exchange. The first time that Itadori says it, when he meets Yaga.
Oh. He says he likes white women then, right?
No, he says he's into tall girls with big butts like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. No, I don't think Megumi was there. Because he was, like, sleeping in his room because he got exploded, right?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he just said it on him. Maybe he's just, like, shouting that shit.
Like, voice chat. He does seem to offer this information at the drop of a hat.
Right. Itadori's old friends at this high school like, I thought you liked tall babes with big butts. And he's like, that's a different thing.
It's a separate thing.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
So they've gathered all the information they need, and they say, it's time to summon Itadori. We're going to hit him with all this, and he's not going to know what happened.
The fucking exchange of text messages from Nobara and Itadori is so good. Come. Why? Come. Okay. And then just like immediately he's there.
Wow, so fast. Masaka.
He's like a car.
Oh, he's fast. So Kugasaki's like, oh fuck, there's a girl here, and he's not gonna recognize her, and it's really gonna hurt her feelings to not be recognized because she looks so different. But you know, Itadori fucking sticks to the landing. He says, oh, it's Ozawa. What's up?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, they all fall 10 out of 10
It's like peak comedy, honestly.
Yeah.
Not even just like Kugasaki being like, oh, right in the feels, but like Megumi is like reading his fucking book and he pulls up a 10 out of 10 too.
He can be silly.
He's a silly boy. He just won't admit it.
Yeah. Then we get a little flashback to junior high when Ozawa overheard Itadori being asked, hey, what kind of girl would you fuck in our school? And he's like, I don't know, I would probably date Ozawa.
I'm 13, so I wouldn't do that. But if you made me pay.
I like the way that she eats, and I like the way that her handwriting is, which is like, complimenting a woman on the way that she eats is so cute.
He's like, it's hard to eat fish, man, and she does it.
Yeah. Yeah, she pulls it off.
I don't know what he means by that. Like, she's not messy, I guess. She's like meticulous about stuff, it seems, if he's like combining that with her handwriting. I know Itadori is a sloppy boy at breakfast.
Sorry, just the phrase sloppy boy at breakfast.
I know, yeah, come on. That fucking miso is going all over his face.
Absolutely. He's walking off to school like his shirt half stained already.
Well, he's probably an orphan boy still at this point, right? He didn't have a daddy or a mommy. He only had a grandpa.
Well, I think Grandpa was taking care of him until he got sick with dying disease.
Yeah. I mean, if your mom and dad die, I think you're still an orphan even if you have a grandpa, right?
Yes, definitely still an orphan, but he did have a caretaker.
Yeah, but I don't really... Grandpa Itadori doesn't strike me as the, like, wiping off your face type, you know?
Probably
I don't think
not.
he's teaching table manners.
Probably not, yeah.
So finally, it's like the last day of high school or whatever, and Ozawa's like, oh, I should have said something to him, but I didn't even get his number. And then she's like, hang on a second, I'm committing a fallacy. She's like, oh, I thought I could date Itadori now because I'm not fat and I'm tall, but wait a second. I'm thinking that I can only date him when I'm hot. That's the same thing that all the evil people that were rude to me were saying. So actually, I don't deserve to date him at all, and I have to leave right away.
I'm just like my oppressors.
I'm facilitating fat phobia in our society. This is so sad. I have to leave.
Sad. Yeah.
So Itadori is just like, well, it was nice to see you. Goodbye. And then she just goes.
Yeah. Bye bye.
And Fushigoro's like, what was the point of all that?
Yeah. The thing is that like. I am not complaining about like having something that is like just entirely character stuff because it's
great.
like
this is a great part. It's hilarious and it's sweet.
It's hilarious, it's sweet, and it's just like I'm glad that I don't know, this is like the minorest of manga spoilers, but like Yuko does not come back in any capacity, or at least has not yet as of current. Maybe she's like the secret big bad.
Yeah.
Evil, you know, Sukuna actually had a lineage of daughters, and they were the Ozawa family.
This like one chapter in the manga was like before the young boys arc too, so I don't know. I like that they put it here instead because it makes more sense just for pacing.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Imagine if we had this and then 5 episodes of young boys.
I mean, I kind of see that it would be like, it would remind us that there's main characters around, because I did like forget about them until now, basically.
Yeah, me as well.
But this is like a good reintroduction of them too, I think. Like, this is their dynamic, this is what they're about, this is how they kind of act together and apart. I think it's nice to have, just to remind us who our main characters are going into this.
Yeah, arc. Like, no, like you were saying yourself in the channel where it's like, oh, this actually kind of just like works out perfectly for like the start of an anime season where it's like, hey, here are 3 characters, here's them goofing off, and here's a reminder of why you loved them so much the first time around. Here are 2 of your big bads, and here's a reminder of how much serious business they are.
Next fight,
yeah.
So we're done with funny.
Wait. Well, we see a certified baby boy.
He like hops into screen with like a little chibi face.
It's so cute.
He's so cute. We love Itadori. Here on this podcast, we love
on
Itadori.
This podcast.
He's pink.
He
When a boy is pink, you can't deny there's
small pink there. Boy from Rohan Kishibe.
He's not dark. He's small pink boy.
Yeah. Itadori runs off to the movie. He's gonna go see Wormo Man, and it's like, hey, Fushiguro, you like caramel popcorn, right?
I want to read the line that they have for Fushiguro here. It says, "Don't just advance the conversation assuming we're going to see Wormo Man."
Megumi, I'm going to inform you, your ass is going to see Wormo Man.
I'm putting your ass in the Wormo Man.
Doing the fucking Ludovico technique. But Wormo Man.
Yeah, so I do believe that they went to see Wormo Man and reluctantly enjoyed it. Alright, so we're back into the actual plot of the show now. Urahime is here.
Yep, Urahime, she's in the garage.
Yeah, and she's like remembering when Gojo was like, hey, there's some kind of informant among us. There's an imposter among us.
Gojo was sus.
He was sus of someone. He himself was.
He was sus of someone.
So Urahime has called our 3 special babies and says, it's one of the Kyoto kids, because I guess all you guys checked out, but we haven't found anything suspicious, but there wasn't anything not suspicious, is the main problem.
Yeah, and she's like, and it turns out that it is, and then it cuts to Miwa poking her head into the room and saying, Mekamaru. Miwa is so fucking cute.
Very cute, and she goes chibi mode and gives him a poke.
Yeah, she's like, hey, Mekamaru, we gotta turn in our homework. And he's like, no, sorry, I'm sleeping, so.
Take my notebook, bye-bye. My final message.
Yeah. Goodbye, bye. Miwa, take this pill with Mekamaru.
He would never say that.
God bless this country. Goodbye, bye.
So they, like, Urahime takes the kids and they go into like the nastiest factory like warehouse room you've ever seen, right. And I'm like, this is where Future Devil from
Chainsaw Man lives.
Yeah. This is where you're keeping like your special boy. Like, this is where you expect him to live. No wonder he traitored. You know,
right? Like, bro, is this what disability care is like in the Jujutsu world?
It's not good.
No.
And it does the classic thing of like, he's like reacting to someone coming in and then like they're like opening the door slowly, but it was 2 different situations occurring. So our heroes open the door and it's empty and they're like, he gave us the slip. I guess it really is him, the traitor. And then in the actual nasty room that they call him Mekamaru a lot. His name is Muda.
Yeah, Muta Kokichi.
Yeah, Kokichi. He's the bandage boy who fought Panda from the first season.
Yeah.
Do you remember him? His dearest hope is to meet all of his friends one day when he's not trapped in a slime pool.
Yep.
So our main villains walk in and they say, we're nasty and we hate you, but we made a blood pact, so we have to honor it. What is it called? It's like a binding vow or something.
Yeah, we get some explanation about how, like, pacts work, where it's like, if you make a pact with yourself for more strength and you break that pact, all you lose is the strength, but if you break a pact with someone else, who knows what will happen.
Yeah, something bad, probably.
Yeah. Mahito transfigured into able-bodied.
Yeah, that was the promise. It was like, okay, Muda, if you give us information, we promise that we'll use a magic power and fix your body up to normal, and you'll be happy about it.
Yeah, to be able, yeah.
Yeah. So he gets like a magical girl transformation sequence and all his bandages fall out except around his dick because you can't see that.
Yep.
He's underage.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I love it. now it's time for us to fight. Because they weren't allowed to hurt him before they honored the pact, but now that it's over, they can fight however much they want.
Right. He immediately squares up and says, like, 50 Mechamaros that he had in the back.
Yeah, and so Mahito does his, like, transformation battle thingy. He, like, makes a big hand. He makes, like, a mace.
He looks like he is having so much fun beating these dudes up. And I'm not going to say it every time it comes up in my notes, but I do just need to note the fact that I wrote I need him desperately, like, 4 or 5 times about him in these episodes.
I'm shaking my head. I don't approve.
Well,
I really don't like him. He makes me so mad. Like, he's a good villain in that way that I'm just like, oh, I fucking hate this guy. Beat his ass now. Yeah. Blow him up badly, please.
The thing is that, like, I love him when he's winning and I love him when he's losing because a smug guy like that being absolutely humbled.
The laughing smugness is, like, probably my least favorite character trait in, like, possible character traits.
I love him. He's such a smug bastard. I love his ass.
The way he's just, like, a twisted bastard. Yeah. It's not for me, but, you know. Yeah. That's why he's a good villain. You want him to be hurt badly.
Listen, to each their own. Some of us need some of us like yandere boys much more than others.
You just like him because he turns into animals.
I also like him for his yandere characteristics. Like, listen, I'm not gonna fucking start telling tales out of school and say, oh no, I don't like the boy who turns into animals. But listen. It's a 50-50 split.
Alright, so Muda, like, throws a bunch of robots at Mahito, and he fights him, and he's Mahito's, I guess he got away. That's boring. And then he
Mahito says, "Oh, I'm about to be like my favorite My Hero Academia character," and gives himself a big hand.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. But Mahito's like, yeah, damn, guess Muto was a pussy. He's out of here. Guess we don't have to kill him. Then, like, the floor explodes under him.
Yeah, and his big fucking Eva-ass mech comes out, and he says,
"I'm so going to explode
you right now."
There are, like, multiple shots in this just that, like, made in these 2 episodes that made me roll my eyes and say, okay, yeah, dude, I get it. We've seen Eva.
For me, it's that the robot is plugged in. That's, like, such an Eva thing to me. Like, I don't...
The plugged in, but also, like, all of the error messages that come up are, like, so Eva as well. Like, there's, like, a diving kick that it does, which is, like, it is literally, like, ripped from a fucking... Like, I would bet that is in the Discord GIF finder if I looked for it.
I think I saw a couple, like, side-by-side remakes of, like, Eva and also Gurren Lagann.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen Gurren Lagann, so I missed those, but...
Yeah, there's some of, like, especially, like, the way that his face is animated, I think, is, like, similar to the main character in that.
Ah, this makes sense.
I know, like, the, like, culmination of Gurren Lagann is, like, you know, it's, like, robot battle, and then the last is, like, the 2 guys actually, like, hand-to-hand fight each other. And that kind of happens in this, too. Yeah. So basically, Muda has, like, a big old mech, and he has it loaded up with, like, 17 years worth of the cursed power he was storing while he was in his pod.
And Muta is like, Muta needs to, like, warn somebody about the Geto Mahito contingency plan.
I need to get the information about the Shibuya incident to our friend Gojo Satoru, and he will protect me and he will save everyone, as is his job, what we all expect him to do in our society. But
the little Muta doodles in this, the little cute. Like infographic that we get here are so cute.
Yeah, and he's like, my options are like, I try to get like a call right to Gojo, or I try to get a call through my robot to Miwa, or I just run away and do something with that. But Evil Ghetto has like put up one of the like blocking domes. Veils, yeah, like one of the veils that actually sticks you inside, so he can't go and help. He has to fight first. Yeah,
and Muta thinks about Miwa and does 1 year blast on Mahito.
1 year blast. Bite this. Yeah, because if you recall, this boy's his I want to meet my friends from Kyoto in Rio, and they'll be my friend. Yeah. Especially Miwa, who I think is quite pretty.
I like how Muta has discrete names for every single move that he's doing, which, like, you know, like, he had a lot of free time.
Yeah. I think Mahito has a line like, "Oh, you weren't just a shut-in, you were, like, doing stuff."
Yeah, because he was building this big fucking robot the whole time.
Where do you find the parts, honestly?
Right? Like, I'm actually gonna, like, I don't want, like, an actual answer to this, but now I'm just kind of thinking about, like, so that, he has all that cursed energy that's been building up for 17 years, like, what, Does that kind of get, like, set back when he uses the, like, his other robots? Like, is he, like, having to say, okay, I'm going to use a month's worth of curse energy to make, like, 30 robots build a big robot?
Yeah, I don't know. There's also the part, like, earlier in the episode where, Unihime is like, if he had an unlicensed robot the size of a fly, perhaps, then he could be doing spying. But his unlicensed robot is, like, the size of 5 houses instead.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Listen, go big or go home. Then we get RED. I also fucking love this one. I think this is, I mean, nothing's gonna beat Lost in Paradise, but this is my second favorite.
It's very understated. It's, you know, the 3 kids are, like, wandering around the city taking, like, Polaroid pictures.
Yeah.
It's cute. I don't really usually like the way the art looks when it's, like, clearly, like, traced over rotoscope kind of thing with, like, anime characters put in it. I usually think that looks kind of awkward, and that's what a lot of this is. So I'm not crazy about it, but I do think it's, like, it has a good vibe.
Yeah, the vibes are great. I love the song too. It's really good.
I got
yeah.
They're definitely like saving the animation budget for this one.
Yeah. They put all the animation budget into specials.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about it. It's sweet. You know.
Yeah,
what if it's
sweet. It's nice. The music makes me sentimental.
Remembering simpler times, might as well. It's my choice.
My choice.
All right. That is everything for the first episode.
Yeah. Next episode.
This one is called Evening Festival.
I think this is gonna be a short episode because, well, we're gonna have at least like a 10-minute spoiler zone so we can talk about the OP. Yeah. The next episode opens with because it opens with how the last episode ended, except they go into further detail of Mahito like flipping and jumping around like the falling rocks that got exploded when Ultimate Mechamaru appeared.
It's called Ultimate Mechamaru Mode Absolute Armored Puppet Ultimate Mechamaru Prototype 0.
Thank you for getting that down.
It does have the words Ultimate Mechamaru in there twice, and I like looked at the kanji and found that there are the copy ones, and it does definitely have it in there twice.
Right, because the original Mechamaru that we met in season 1 was like, that was just called Ultimate Mechamaru, right?
Yeah, this is Mode Absolute. Armored Puppet Ultimate
You know,
Mechamaru.
it's something that I've always found kind of interesting is that, like, I kind of thought that, like, Mechamaru would be like a portmanteau or something, like his name would be like Maru or Amaru or something, but no, his name is Kokuchimuta.
I've always, not his name, not what he's called.
Not his name, not what he says.
His girl that he has an uwu crush on doesn't even know his name.
Yeah. Ultimate Mechamaru does like the Shin Godzilla pose.
Yeah, he roars.
Yeah. We see the Ultra Cannon blast again, and it's like it does like the fucking animation, like animation explosion things where it goes for like it like creates stars of like 6 different colors.
There's a lot
looks
of
so
colors
fucking
in this
sick.
fight.
Yeah. But Mahito gave himself Banui feet to get out of the blast.
Like, big old Banui feet. He hopped away.
Yeah, big old Banui stompers.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you can't hurt me. You can't damage my soul. Haha! I'll just heal by burning." Do you remember
how Mahito works? We'll tell you again. He can like change the shape of his soul to be whatever he wants. That's how he transforms, and it's also he can just change the shape of his soul to not be injured, so it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
You mad? Are you mad? Having a problem about this?
Are you mad?
Is it annoying? Sorry.
Yeah. He just like dodges a bunch of attacks, like just a bunch of like swings that the robot takes him, and he turns into a fish for a minute.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
No, I didn't. Listen, you know that I'm all about guys turning into animals, but the fish I cannot abide.
There's no holes anywhere on it. It's not helpful. It was like a small fish too. It was like a boring little fish.
I'm sorry, you just caught up on the fish holes. Yeah. Mechamaru uses Miracle Cannon.
Yeah. This one costs 2 years.
Yeah. Mahito jumps out of the water and does another Itsuka Kendo big fist moment, and fucking clobbers Ultimate Mechamaru giant absolute form.
And he's like, my armor will never sustain a more of these attacks.
Yeah, and then Mahito sprouts some wingies, and Mechamaru's like, okay, I'm gonna fucking hit you with the finger gun. Like, check this shit out.
I have a special technique to load in. Technique loaded, 4 charges active.
Yeah, I'm like the fucking white Yusuke Urameshi over here.
Get him.
Get him.
So he locks on a blast, and it's, like, beep, 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 pew.
Beep, 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 beep,
And it, like,
and,
shoots into his arm, and he says, haha, don't you know how my technique works? We just said it, like, 3 minutes ago. But it actually does explode and hurt him badly, and he says Masaka.
Yeah, the way this happens is it's so funny because like we see it like explode and we see Mahito's face be very confused, and then like a big metal foot comes in from off screen and clobbers him down through the woods.
When it contacts, it stops, and then he like blasts away like those clicky balls.
Yeah, yes. Oh, then Muta comes in with the Evangelion kick.
He gets him good.
But then Mahito flies away and he's like, another bird, no imagination.
Get his ass! Although when he shows the bird, it's like Hawk Face Man.
Yeah, and then Muta's like, okay, I think I actually did get that I actually did land a pretty convincing hit because he's showing off the like, oh, I'm not hurt, which means that he actually is hurt.
He's hurt quite badly, I believe.
Then he'd use his 5 years charge for the move called Pigeon Viola, which launches 5, like,
rainbow blasts.
Orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 rainbow orbs at him. And, like, there is just, like, a 30-second sequence of these orbs chasing Mahito through the woods as he turns into, like, 6 different animals.
He's like a mouse.
It looks so fucking sick.
A gorilla at one point.
He's, like, it looks like a mole briefly, or, like,
thing.
a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
A snake. It's so fucking sick.
It looks very cool. Now that I've noticed this thing, I like can't stop noticing it. There's like this like dimming thing that they do when anime is like really, really hyper motion to like try to stop people from having seizures, I guess. And they like half of this whole episode is like dimmed because so much shit is going on.
Weird question. Do you remember the first time that you saw that dimming effect happen? Like, do you remember like, because I actually remember the very first time I saw this in anime.
You know, it's really funny. I have a friend that I watch a lot of anime with, and he was like, there's this one scene in, like, one part of My Hero where, like, Deku and Bakugo are fighting, and there's, like, Deku does, like, this little, like, tippy-tap foot movement, and whenever I watch it, it's like the screen goes dim, and I'm like, oh, that's weird, can we look at it? And we looked at it, and it did, and I was like, oh, I don't know why that's happening. And then, like, a year or two later, I, like, saw a post about dimming, and I was like, holy shit, this is the thing, and I, like, brought it to him.
Yeah. My first is also My Hero. It's from the tournament arc where when Todoroki does his big fire blast move, like the screen goes to like 50% brightness for 30 seconds. Yeah. Then Mahito like escapes the beams and like turns his hand into a huge sword and cuts like a bunch of the wires out of the back of the big Nakamura.
Honestly, if I was fighting a plugged-in robot, making it not plugged in anymore would be my first call.
Right. Well, is the robot plugged into something, or is that just like connecting wires from top to bottom?
It has like a long cord like going somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I did not catch that.
You see it when he's like running downhill. It's actually like kind of emphasized that it's plugged in. So like after it gets sliced, you like, oh, it's not plugged in anymore. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was plugged into, but it definitely was plugged into something.
Yeah, another Evangelion thing. Yeah. Like when that happened, when that big sword cuts through all the wires, like we get a huge Evangelion error bar.
Bad for robots to be unplugged, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
If I was building my giant robot, I wouldn't have it have a plug that it needs to be connected to.
Yeah. Muto lands a nice hit and is like, oh, I got this, bruh. And loves his technique.
When an anime character starts going, nice, I can do this. I'm going to see all my friends again. Bro, you are so fucking dead.
Yeah, but then Mahito yawns and does domain expansion with his mouth again.
And his like most of his muscle skin is out from like his flesh being exploded.
Yeah.
He's quite nasty.
Yeah.
So we go to his domain expansion, his
self-embodiment of perfection. It looks so fucking sick.
All the hands are like folding in weird yucky ways, and it's like, wow, look at all these hands. Are you mad that you can't draw them like this? That's what Gege
And then Mahito just like sits down on his butt and is like idle transfiguration, and like Ultimate Mechamaru's eyes shut off, implying that Muta has become fucked up and unable to breathe anymore.
Mahito's very like, guess you couldn't even fight me. How sad. I can't even look at you for how much pathetic you are. Goodbye.
Yeah. Yep.
But then we look inside the robot, and the boy does look regular, so he's not been blorbified.
Yeah. But then we get an explainer of Simple Domain here, right? Is this our first explainer of Simple Domain?
No, we definitely had it explained when Miwa first did it.
Yeah. But I think this might be the first time that we're hearing the way that it can be used to counteract other domain expansion, because, you know, it's just a very small self-contained domain where it's just like, it doesn't do anything. It's not that it doesn't do anything, it does nothing.
Yeah, it just, like, they call it like a domain for the weak, right? So if you don't have as much power as someone else, you can just be like, oh, we both can't do domains, haha.
Yep. And then Mahito gets stabbed from behind with the simple domain that's been infused into the everything with Muta and Nekomaru's middle finger.
I do want to say this is like the one canonical straight ship in the show, and I do find them cute. Like, I don't go crazy for it, but the way that he's like,
right.
Like, the practitioners of this technique are forbidden from intentionally teaching someone, but he learned from just watching her. I think it's really sweet. I don't know. Because he, respects the way she fights. He's like, oh, her powers are good, and I want to learn from her. And he has all these, like, video clips of her, like, fucking going ham. It's cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'll clown for that.
Alright, I'll give these straight people rights one time.
Just once. Don't get used to it.
No one else.
I've seen so many Gojo Himes this season.
I block him on sight. Get out of here. If I see you posting Gojo Hime, I know that you don't understand the themes of the show, and you have nothing to tell me.
Even if Gojo wasn't, like, the loudest faggot to ever walk this earth,
hates him.
She hates him so bad!
They're not cute. It's not cute. If you think they're cute, you need to, like, reevaluate your own relationship. Literally,
Gojo could show up to Utahime's house, like, sobbing, like, drenched from rain, and be like, I didn't know where else to go, and she would slam the door in his face.
No, you're not my bestie. Be gone.
Yeah. You're not Shoko.
Shoko is, like, everyone's, like, just default bestie.
I'm just thinking about the face that Utahime made in the Young Boys arc when she saw Shoko.
And she just wiggled her around.
Yeah.
Right, let's see.
Yes, Mahito gets stabbed. He explodes into several creatures and then into the ultimate creature, which is blood.
Yeah. And Muda says, yippee, I have 9 years of power left. I can fight Geto now.
Yeah. He says yippee, and the Ultimate Mechamaru does the Unit 01 scream.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! He's like, oh, time for big blast, but then, Mahito has breached the hull. He's in the cockpit. Yeah.
Very, very bad thing to have happen to your cockpit.
And Mahito is like a fucking... he is Wormo, man.
Yeah, he has like, you know how, like, a centaur is, but instead of a horse, just, like, a big nasty grub?
Like a he's like a centipede.
Kind of, yeah.
He's a centipede?
Perhaps.
Okay. I'll cater. I'll workshop it.
Yeah, but yeah, he's nasty and doing his attacks, and he had, like, a drill at one point.
Yeah.
So Muda summons his final normal robot, the one that he usually is, but not actually, because that one is still at the school. And he tries to just, like, use it to get in close enough to, like, stab the last simple domain into Mahito, but you usually don't want to be...
and he almost pulls it off, but unfortunately, by the idle transfiguration.
Yeah, you don't want to be trying to go close quarters with Mahito. It's really not the play.
I really, really like how, like, Muta is, like, entirely on the offensive for, like, this 20-second sequence, and then all we get from Mahito's end is just, like, at the very end, we see his hands, like, reach out from the side of the screen, and then cuts to black, and it's over.
Yeah, it's done. He's got a one-hit kill move. It's bullshit. Nerf this guy. Sick of it. I play my neutral game for 30 seconds, and he just kills me.
Oh god, yeah, you're into fighting games now. This is a whole new avenue of jokes. What? Oh yeah. After Muta loses, we cut back to Miwa, like, sitting next to Mechamaru in the Kyoto school and be like, "Hey, Mechamaru, can I meet you in real life sometime?
Can we? Maybe...
Everyone got closer since the exchange event. We were kind of separate because we didn't want to be sad when the others died, but now we're friends. But you weren't able to play in the baseball game. Do you remember when you had to be a pitching machine? Haha.
It was funny.
It was. And then it cuts to the fucking destroyed Ultimate Mechamaru absolute form.
Someday I'll come see you, Mechamaru. Haha. No, sorry.
No.
Unfortunately, he's been hurt and died badly.
Very badly. Then Mahito and Geto are just like, Geto's like, man, you that was cutting it pretty close. You okay there? And Mahito's like, actually, I was in control of the situation that whole time. I definitely was not millimeters away from having my ass beaten.
Yeah, there was one part where it like cuts to evil Geto like halfway through, where it's like, he actually did do damage to Mahito. Could this be the time when it happens? Or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
But it was not the time when it happened, unfortunately.
No, it's not the time that it happens. But then we cut to Shibuya on Halloween. The streets are empty as fuck.
Yeah, but then it's nighttime and they're full of people in funny outfits.
Yeah. Wait, I thought this first shot that we got was like
after? I actually wasn't sure like why it was.
I think it has to be after because like Shibuya is a very busy part. I cannot imagine any part of the night when Shibuya would be like that dead empty.
The only thing is like the cars were the same at both times, so I was like maybe like it was like the police were like setting it up for the big event or something.
Maybe, yeah, hard to say.
There's an empty Shibuya and then we see it full of people who are celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, everyone's partying it up in Shibuya.
Everyone is wearing non-trademarked outfits.
Yes, they're great. There's a guy in a hot dog costume.
I was like,
he's trying to find the guy who did this.
Notice some like anime outfits, but it was all just like I'm a sexy witch or whatever.
Yep, I'm a sexy nun. And then a girl notices a veil coming down, and she's like, "Oh, what's that? Uh-oh."
But other people are like, "Oh, there's nothing there. You're crazy."
And a drunk dude runs smack dab into the wall of the veil, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're fucking drunk." And he's like, "Wait, no, there was actually a fucking wall there. What the hell?"
This is weird.
Yeah. Then everyone starts getting sucked into Shibuya Station.
Pretty scary, but not everyone. It's just like the people around that area. So some people just know what's going on.
And then we cut to Ajichi explaining some things to Nanami Ino Takuma, who you remember. You remember him, right?
He's the guy I don't like, remember?
Yeah. And Megumi is there. But there's like some choir music that comes in, and like this just starts making me so fucking nervous. I've loved this arc so much.
Yeah. It's scary. Yeah, so like they were talking about in the first episode, all the kids who are up for promotion are now like under evaluation by an elder grade 1 sorcerer. So
evaluation postponed due to incident.
So Megumi is paired up with Nanami.
Yes.
Maki and Kugasaki are both paired up with
Naobito
Zenin, Mr. Old Zenin, and he does like a little mustache poink.
Yeah. And Akari Nito's there.
Yeah, she's nice. She has new earrings. I don't think she had those before. Yeah. I noticed them.
Panda's with Kusakabe.
Yeah, Kusakabe, who is like his teacher, I guess, which seems like a conflict of interest, but whatever.
Well, he didn't recommend him, so it's fine.
Yeah, I guess, whatever. They don't show Itadori
we don't see
yet, no.
No, they don't. No, who is Itadori with him? I'm trying to remember.
Oh no, Meimei recommended him.
No, yeah, Yuji's with Meimei.
Huh. Well,
I think it's that she recommended the second years and Toto recommended the first years. I guess.
2 recommendations.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Maybe he's just not being evaluated at this time. I don't know.
No, he's being recommended. Weird, huh? Well, weird to remind us of that and then not.
Yeah, he's definitely with Meimei and like the little child that will.
They get separated very quickly because like I remember Meimei and Ui. Is that his name?
Yeah. UI, however you say that.
Ui. Fucking monkey ball ass name.
I think it literally is, isn't it?
No, II is the monkey ball name.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what's going on with that later. Let's see, where were we? Okay, so basically, Nanami's little fanboy, his name is Ino, right? Because he's a dog boy. He's like, Fushiguro, let me tell you how the veils work. You can only program a veil to interact with objects with curse energy, which includes people, curses, and objects.
So cell phone signal being cut off is actually just a side effect. Did you know? And Fushiguro's like, oh yeah, I knew that.
Know. Yeah. He says it in like a friendly-ish way. Like he's not mad. He's just like, oh yeah, I did know that. Yeah. And
then Nanami's like, hey, that
quit the senpai act.
Actually kind of smart. Yeah, cut the fucking senior act.
He's like, oh man.
I love Nanami so much.
He's great, yeah.
I forgot how long it had been since I saw him.
Yeah, well, we saw him small, but now he's big again.
Yeah, we saw him small very briefly.
He was briefly small and upset twice.
Yeah.
He was just a little mad once and then quite sad the second time.
Yeah. Did not have a good time with that one.
It was not his Young Boys arc.
No. Though, to be fair, the Young Boys whose arc it was did not seem to have a very good time either.
Well, they had some better times.
Nobody in that arc was having... You know what, actually, I think Utsuhime was just off-screen in that entire arc, just having a great time.
It's definitely possible. Although she did have to interact with Gojo at one point, which really put a damper on things.
Yeah. But she saw Shoko shortly afterwards, so it was fine.
So basically, all the sorcerers are gathered here, and it's like, we're not going in because... So, like, the veil is, like, it lets sorcerers go in and out as much as they want, but it keeps normal people, like, trapped in. They can go in, but then they can't get back out. So it's, like, a very complex veil, actually. And we're not going in right now, because, like, we peeked in. No one is currently being killed, it seems. There's no, like, curses.
Yeah, and the higher-ups... And the higher-up... Kusakabe says that the higher-ups want to... Oh, yeah, we meet Kusakabe. We don't carry him.
We don't carry him. He's the... Tokyo School second year teacher. He wears like a trench coat, and I don't think he was smoking. I think he was a lollipop.
Yeah. It's very. The thing is that he is set up very much for me to carry him because like I like sword users classically. I think the lollipop is a fun touch, and I love the trench coat, and I just don't fucking carry him.
Well, it's because he's a coward, and we'll get to it later.
Yeah, he's a coward, and he's also nobody. He's nothing. He does not exist.
He does have a volume cover, and everyone was pissed off.
But Kusakabe's like, yeah, the higher-ups don't want to minimize casualties. And Panda's like, they mean sorcerer casualties, huh? They don't care about the humans?
Yeah,
right.
well,
Kusakabe's just like, hey, I don't fucking... Yeah, Kusakabe's like, I don't fucking care, dude. They seem fine in there. I'm sure nothing untoward is going to happen to them. And... I think this is actually really creepy. I don't know. It's kind of creepy maybe. But like the way that everyone is like demanding Gojo Satoru by name.
It's like they were all the situation is someone has lowered a veil that's trapping like, 100,000 people in or something. And all they've said is that they want Gojo Satoru to come. Is this suspicious in any way? And the higher-ups are just like, well, whatever, send Gojo Satoru in.
Yeah, listen, get in line. There's a whole bunch of other Fujoshi who want Gojo Satoru to come.
There's just like normal people slamming on the inside of the barrier, like, come on, bring fucking Gojo Satoru.
They're demanding a Gojo Satoru indulgence.
We need to see that man's pussy now. And he comes on through. He busts on through and pushes someone down.
Yep. What was it? 8:01 p.m. Gojo Satoru arrives.
Like 13, I want to say, but that's like an insane
that sounds about right. Yeah. And that's the episode. I'm so fucking excited for this arc.
Did you see the post that was like, when Gojo comes in, he says, he pushes someone over and he says sorry, and he's like, oh, of course Gojo would come in and say, go men.
Oh, Christ. You really like that one?
I had quite a chuckle.
I don't think that we have any questions this week.
That's okay.
That's fine.
The sad thing that we don't have is it's so Juju-Senpover. There's no funny.
There's no right. We're fucking through. Do you want to enter domain expansion Forbidden Library?
Yeah, I believe it's time.
Okay, let's talk about the OP.
As a reminder, this is now spoilers. If you don't want to hear the spoilers,
yes, spoiler zone.
Go home.
This is a spoiler zone. I am not ready for Nobara to fucking beef it. Like,
there's like a lot of people beefing it in the OP. But yeah, her like
there
covering the eye and looking up is sad.
Yeah, and like not I am like I said this in the server before, but like I really need to experience like the Shonli reaction when they like see Nobara explode and they're like, oh, okay, I bet she comes back in like 20 or so chapters, and like Googling, she's like, wait, she's still dead?
She's still exploded, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's still dead? I was talking to Amadeus because they've had severe Jujutsu Kaisen fandom brain rot since I exposed them to the show 2.5 weeks ago. And I think 3.5 at this point, but they were like, yeah, I think I found out that Nobara dies, and I got to explain the whole thing of like, so
maybe, probably.
Maybe, probably, completely unconfirmed up to this point. It's been I checked because her face exploded on chapter 126. We are on chapter like 226 right now, I think. So yeah, so we have progressed 100 chapters since then.
She's still been alive for more chapters than she was dead, so you can't be mad.
Yes. For now, if there are 26 chapters for this to be remedied, even if the series lasts that long.
Yeah, I think it's ending pretty soon.
Yeah, because Giga did say that he wanted to end it this year, right?
So, yeah, I don't know if it'll be exactly this year, but it does seem like it'll be soon.
Yeah, because are you current?
Oh yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, okay. Because I read the most recent chapter like a day or two ago, and
the battle is over. We've won.
Yeah. Really curious what's going. I mean, because they still have to deal with like Kenjaku and everything.
I believe that the theme will be love.
Yeah, the theme. Yeah. The thing is, the theme will be love, but unfortunately, they have involved the militaries of the world in this at this point, and I do not think George X. Bush is really interested in the theme of love.
We'll see.
I kind of, until I brought that up right now, I kind of forgot that like that's what the most recent update on the Ghetto plot is. Yeah. Like going to the U.S. government and saying, "Hey, curses are real. I'm going to kill a bunch of your special ops guys
for the war in the Middle East."
Yeah.
That is what he would say.
Yeah, basically.
The other parts in the OP are, you definitely see Nanami's dead flaming body.
Yep. I love like the split second you get of like Toji like falling through Dagon's domain.
In his like famous falling down pose where he's like fighting the squid monster.
I really hope Amadeus has stopped listening at this point because I've been laughing my ass off about something they said to me a couple of days ago where it's like they were talking to me like how like they were like I just kind of have a disease where like when a character dies in an anime I just say no you didn't, because that is often the case that no they didn't, but like, and they were like even when like Toji had like a hole in him, I was still kind of like, well, maybe he can come back from that later. And I was just like, yeah, that'd be crazy.
I mean, honestly, that was my reaction to hearing that Gojo got his arm cut off. I was like, I think he'll grow that back. And like immediately people were like, yeah, it seems like he will.
Yeah. No, it's like one of the first things we see someone do in this series genuinely is grow a hand back. Like Sukuna does that.
I think he'll get better.
Yeah, though honestly, Gojo being armless, like, let this man face a consequence for once in his life.
It's the same arm that Geto lost, so they couldn't hold hands, so that's not acceptable.
One of them would have to walk backwards.
I don't think you can even hold hands like that. Maybe. They could try. They would make it work, but it would be better if it was the other arm.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is in this OP. There's
let's see. We see a brief shot of Shoko for no real reason because I don't think she's in this arc. I'm just happy to see her.
Like, oh, it's so hard being the Doctor. Everyone explodes.
Oh yeah. Everyone's dying. Everyone hurts.
They show the fucking cube.
They do
show the prison realm, and they show the part where he like gets got by it.
Yeah, the Satosugu moment.
The big one, the big moment when we're really gonna lose our shit for it.
Yeah. Oh my god. When he is like getting slurped in and he's like, oh, I know that's not you, Geto. Who is that?
It's so important that he doesn't have his blindfold at that part. He just like, it really calls back to when he was a little baby earlier.
Yeah, it's a reminder of when he was a young boy.
Hard. You're like, oh, remember when you had a best boyfriend that you were like thinking about probably doing kisses with? Here he is. Yeah. How's he doing? You exploded him. Do you remember that? Yeah. I was talking to one of my friends who saw the movie, and they like didn't know that Geto had died because it doesn't really show it.
Honestly, like I kind of made it out of the manga when I first read Volume 0. I don't think I realized that he had died either.
It just says like splork or whatever.
Yeah, it does heavily imply that he gets his ass splorched, but like he doesn't. We don't see it.
You wouldn't be remiss to think that like maybe Gojo let him get away or something.
Yeah, maybe Gojo just like, maybe the sports was like Gojo nutting on him and then like letting him go.
He should have done that. He has an open wound. You don't want to get an infection.
Oh god. Let's see. What else? What else do we have in these episodes? Let me double check my notes, see if I have any notes. See if I have any other spoiler things. I am more at peace with Nanami dying than I am with Nobara dying, but I'm still not ready for it.
I don't want Gojo to go in that fucking box. It's really like upsetting me. I've become like more and more attached to him as like my special Borbo, even though he's the internet's special guy.
It's okay. Even after he gets healed, your Tulpa will be there for you.
God, I really exposed my own ass by admitting that.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know.
Amadeus.
He doesn't deserve this.
Amadeus fucking referenced the Gojo Tulpa to me the other day because I was like talking about how like I've kind of like redeveloped like Jujutsu Kaisen brain rot because like in one of my classes we are, as we often do in high level theoretical mathematics, we are talking about infinity, and every single time one of my professors says the word infinity, I can't help but see Gojo in my head doing a little blah face.
He knows all about it. He has 5 million prizes, don't you know?
Gojo, please tell me all about complex analysis. Gojo, please, can you come visit me the day before my comprehensive exams next year and just like use a very restricted version of Limitless to just beam all algebra and real analysis information into my head?
I know he's like a real bastard about it. He's like, "Oh, do you not get that? It's like pretty straightforward. You need to know all of this stuff about complex infinity, blah blah blah, in order to understand this next point that I'm about to make."
Yeah, I did actually literally learn about complex infinity the last class that I went to last week.
Oh, you could converse with him, perhaps.
God, I would love to talk shop with Gojo.
Do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, do you want to do that everything?
Yeah. Thank you to Noisepace.xyz for hosting us and so many other great podcasts. You can follow them on Twitter at NoiseSpaceXYZ. You can find us on Twitter at SpecialGridSnacks if you want. I'm not on Twitter. All I do on Twitter these days is just retweet my questions posts and my episode posts. But find me on Tumblr, chiesatsunakas.tumblr.com. What else? Thank you to Ong Yen at Kalolifair Art for our great podcast art, and thank you to Noah at Owldude for our intro-outro music, Lost in a Bug Snacks. I think that's all my stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think that the schedule will be messed up for at least a while. So 2 weeks. 2 weeks, new episode.
Yeah, as long as my schoolwork does not overwhelm me, which I'm actually staying pretty on top of it. Like, I spent most of this weekend working on homework that's not due until Wednesday afternoon, which is like, I know. I know that if I let myself fall behind, I'm going to be so fucked. No,
I believe that you can keep it up.
Thank you. Growing strong and healthy, Minmo. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with more special grade snacks, more Shibuya incident.
The incident. It will continue.
Yep. Yeah, the incident happens for 19 episodes. We still have 17 more episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen, by the way. I'm just like reveling in this fact.
All right. Well, until then.
Well, let's go get some snacks. Bye.
On Snap 2